Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of the 30-day challenge. If you haven't watched episode 1, I suggest you do that before you get into this one so you know what's going on. In this episode, we're going to be going through one of these 2023 Trick or Trade booster boxes. Why? Because this set contains a Gengar that can go for around $100 Canadian in Gem Mint Grade 10 condition, and each bag contains a bunch of them. They also have a Gastly and Haunter, and my line of thinking is if I can get that whole OG Ghostly trio in Mint 10 condition, especially if they're sequential grading numbers, some people will pay a premium for that, and we might be able to make pretty decent profit off each bag. The set also contains 30 cards, and each card contains 50 packs of 3, so 150 cards, I'm thinking we might get a decent chance at completing a couple of those sets. The completed sets only sell for 10 to 20 bucks on eBay, but hey, every dollar counts in this challenge, so if we can complete, 10 or 15 sets, that adds up. Before we get into it, I quickly want to mention a few things. This Saturday, I'm planning on hosting a live stream, which is January 11th at 9 p.m. Mountain Time or 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. What we're going to be doing on that is we're going to be doing a group break of the Japanese Terrestrial Festival box, as well as a box of Obsidian Flames. I've also got the web store up and running. It's not fully populated yet, it's not done, I'm still working on it, but it does have those two items in there. If we can sell out both of those boxes, I got my hands on a pack of Evolving Skies that I'll give away to someone in the Twitch chat. Both the Twitch link and the store are going to be down in the description below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube as well. Okay, let's dive into this. I love the artwork on these packs with Mimikyu and Pikachu, and I love the idea of giving these away on Halloween. I'm definitely going to pick up some of these to hand out this Halloween. Opening this first one, we've got a Galarian Runerigus, and oh yeah, Pikachu Holo. I can't believe I forgot to mention Pikachu was in the set too. Raw, this guy goes for a couple of bucks, and in PSA 10 it goes for 30 to 40 Canadian dollars. Not really worth sending in, but a beautiful card. I love the Pika Pumpkin stamp too, just a fun little detail to make the set stand out. Let's get into the next pack. We've got a Banette and a Marshadow. Although Marshadow is pretty popular and has some cards worth a lot, this one's not worth much. There are only two listed in PSA 10 asking around 50 bucks, so we'll move on for now. Don't worry, I'm working on my pack opening technique. We've got a Litwick and a Houndoom. This is another holo from this set I really like. It looks great. This might be worth having graded. In 10s they seem to sell for $60 to $70, which isn't a ton, but since we're chasing all the profit we can, I'm gonna consider it if I feel really confident about the card condition. Next up, we've got a Zubat and a Chandelure and a Murkrow. Nothing much here. Okay, next pack, we've got Delmise and Dusknoir. Neither worth writing home about from this set either. Okay, Lampent and another Marshadow. Next up, another Delmise, and sweet, another Houndoom. I'll set that one aside for now. Still haven't found any of the OG Ghost Trio though, so let's keep going. In this pack, we've got a Lampent and, oh sick, the Mimikyu from this set. Another good looking holo. In November, one of these sold for around $100, but mostly they seem to go for 50 to 70. Kinda falls into that same category as Houndoom, where it might be worth having graded. I'll set it aside too. Next up, we've got a Litwick, and yep, there it is, the Trick or Trade Gengar. Love it with the Rainbow Holo and the Holo Pika Pumpkin on there. Okay, I'm gonna open the rest of these packs off camera and I'll show you what we get. And this was everything kinda worthwhile. A bunch of Houndooms, some Pikachus, Mimikyus, and 3 complete Ghostly Trios. I've taken a bit of time and looked at these, and I think these are the best 3 of the set. I also grabbed what looked like the best Mimikyu. The fact that one had somewhat recently sold for $100 made me think it might be worth including this one as well. Now let's take a look at what exactly we're looking for grading. When choosing cards for grading, there's 4 main things you want to look at: centering, edges, corners, and surface. When looking at centering, you want to be sure the borders around the card are all even. There are many ways to do this. You can scan the card or take a picture of it and check them digitally. You can use a centering tool, or you can do what I did on these and eyeball it. Part of the reason I'm doing that in this case is I'm curious to see how good I am at eyeballing these. Acceptable tolerances within a 45 to 55 ratio side to side and up and down, which sounds pretty small, but I've seen cards with borders more like 42-58, and it's surprisingly noticeable. I do find it a bit harder to judge top and bottom, but that's why I'm trying this. I think this one looks pretty even all around. For edges and corners, you're looking for dents, damage, or whitening. Same thing, this one looks pretty good to me. For surface issues, you're looking for bends, creases, dents, scratches, print lines, and so on. This card looks pretty good in that way. I don't see any scratches or other damage, which isn't too surprising given that these were packed fresh and immediately put into sleeves. You've also got to consider the back of the card. Spacing tolerance is usually a bit higher on the back of the card, but whitening on the edges is often a lot more evident, and it's common to see white spots on the corners. This one isn't the one I'm sending in, but I'm using it here because it's got some pretty obvious whitening on the back of the card. I like to look at these on a black background like this because it makes it really obvious to see those white spots. I would have easily missed these on a lighter background. As you can see, the other side of the card is nice and clean of white spots. Next, we'll take a look at the corners, and this one has nice sharp corners on all 4 sides. No dings or dents or anything like that. And just looking at the surface on this one again from another angle, I don't see any scratches or dents or print lines. You need to make sure to check your cards from every angle and look really close for any damage. It can be easy to miss stuff, and even small flaws can affect your grade. Here's a quick example of some edge whitening. This doesn't look like much, but depending on the grading service you use, this could be enough to affect the grade. So for shipping these for grading, everyone's got their own preferences. Most grading services ask that you use semi-rigid card protectors, but all I could find are these top loaders, and that's usually fine, so I'll use those. When you submit the cards, you'll be provided with a packing list. Make sure to put the cards in the correct order. Then you take some scrap cardboard and build a cardboard sandwich, securing the edges with painter's tape. I do these fairly tight to prevent the cards from moving around as much as possible. And with that, it's ready to be put in a box or bubble mailer and sent off. Okay, so I'm going to get this thing boxed up and ready to ship out. And when I do get it back, which hopefully won't be too long, I've chosen a grading service with a bit of a shorter timeline. It's not PSA, it's one of the other ones. But hopefully we'll get it back soon, and then we'll probably try to do a live stream where we open that and we do sort of a live reaction to the grades. I think that'll be a lot of fun, and who knows, maybe we'll throw another giveaway or something into that live stream too. All right. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to give me a like down below, and I'll see you in the next one.